Everything I teach is related to a standard. When I write a test, there's multiple questions for each standard at different levels. So can they just do the general math problem, or can they use it to solve a real world problem? Then I grade their test and give them a score for each individual standard that was on that test, so parents can see exactly where each student is for each standard, and they know what they need to work on.
It has helped my students better understand what we are learning and better understand how they are progressing in that learning.
We utilize the late starts for our instructional learning cycles and having our teams work collaboratively across disciplines and then by grade levels too. So really answering the 4 questions: what do we want students to learn and be able to do? How do we know they know it? What do we do when they don't know it? What do we do when they do know it? This year.
All right, well, so far this year we've done prioritizing our standards. We've been reading our Schoolcraft Power Standards for the Common Core, or whatever it may be in the future, but we've been running it for our standards, the power standards, and then using those we've created power standards of right now 8 to 10 for every class, and then the rubric-based scoring for all of those power standards.
And along with that, we've been looking at the SAT data from last year's SAT to determine what concept areas that we may need to be focusing more on in those power standards and addressing appropriately for our students.
Your students.
I think having a classroom with every student having an iPad has been very helpful because I can differentiate my instruction. We use it in math a lot using a program called Zern, and when the students are working on their iPads, I can work with different groups at a time where they're still getting the instruction that I wanted, but I can tailor my instructions to certain groups.
Well, in Genius Hour, I've been creating a robot that's called a Vigo, and I will show it to people, and there will be a camera on the top of the Vigo, and I think the fun things about Genius Hour is that you get to use anything you want to.
It's been extremely beneficial, particularly in a school our size, in which we don't have many or much of a horizontal menu of courses. Adding that whole entire catalog from Kalamazoo Valley to the possibilities here has been a real improvement for our students and their parents also. The EMC program in general, the fact that we can start college basically early and then extend over into that 5th year saves our parents and students a lot of money in the long run and gives them a head start or a jump start into their college future.
That's Schoolcraft.
Well, it's giving us the opportunity to be in the college class environment before a lot of our peers, and so it's making us more prepared.
I think it's a great opportunity to help get some of the basic core classes out of the way to transfer, and also like Zoe said, it's preparing us for college classes and kind of making the transition a little bit easier.
Well, it's saving us thousands of dollars, and it's also making us more prepared when we go to college.
It also gives me a lot of opportunity to get transfer credits out of the way, so I can so they won't be more expensive when I go to another college when I transfer.
This year. And why?
I used the Breakout EDU program, and just like in the business world, students had to use collaboration to solve a problem.
And why?
Well, I tried this new one where we took this app, Elements 4D, and you take different blocks with elements on them, you put them together, and it shows what that compound would be. So many times it's elements that we can't do in the lab, so seeing this on the iPad is pretty neat. Not only did we use that, but we also had the kids use the iPads for iMovie. So when the students put these 2 blocks together, I had other students with iMovie videoing it, and then they went back through and they discussed the why behind it. So they made videos showing why this is happening. And now I've got a list of videos that the students have made that I can actually give to one of our other teachers, our 9th grade teacher, for her to use with her students.
Schoolcraft Community Schools, moving from good to great and doing our part to make sure that Michigan is in the top 10 in 10.